Welcome to my cake kitchen. I am Gladys and today we are making a lemon sponge cake. Lemon cake for sure. And if you're not one for the tangy, strong, lemony lemon cake, stick here with me because I'm going to be making a lemon cake that ticks all the boxes for delicate, soft texture, smooth crumb, great mouthfeel, but it's even stackable. I'm going to be stacking 4 layers of this sponge to make a customer cake. I'm excited to bring you this particular cake because lemon cake is not just a cake that has lemons in it, okay? It requires a little bit more than just lemons and your regular ingredients for a cake. I am not one for the sharp, too lemony, overwhelming mouthfeel where I'm like scrunching my face trying to eat a lemon cake. No, I'm not that kind of person. It just has to hit the spot for me, just like my lemon curd. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I made a lemon curd recipe. I'll link it in the description box. It's going to pair with this lemon cake. And hopefully I'm bringing you through the entire process. But without having to waste your time, let's just jump straight into the ingredients. So over here, I have my ingredients, which I put together very quickly. I'll leave details in the description box, and as I'm talking it will be on screen just so that we don't waste time. I'm not going to go through it all, but again, my recipes are simple, and most importantly I repeat them on the lives where I take time to talk you through every step of the way. So whilst you're not going to be short of information in this video, it's probably best for you to subscribe to the channel, join the community, and make it to the live sessions, because over there you don't just get like a recipe, you also get the detailed information around my intention for picking a particular recipe, the process, because let's face it, the best result of a cake is not just the recipe details that has been prescribed. It is a combination of technique, understanding the method, and taking time to go through each. And so hopefully by the end of this video, you understand what goes into a lemon cake that is preferable for me. And for those of you who don't like a really tangy, strong lemon cake, this is mild with a smooth, great mouthfeel, but packed with flavor too. Before we do anything, I'm gonna have to preheat my oven to 160 degrees C. We are going to be baking the cake in 2 7-inch pans. This is going to be a 4-layered 7-inch cake, and in the past I've baked lemon cake deep and then sliced into it, but when I do that, it means it takes longer in the oven, and that has a tendency to crust up, which means it gives me more work. So I've just decided to cut my losses and bake shallow. So what we are baking is going to be short, a little over 2-inch deep, even though the pans are 4 inches high. So with the 2 inches deep, I'm going to bake a double of this. So probably on a later live you will see how we work the next batch, but at least you get to see what the lemon cake here is. And by the way, my apron is come off. These things happen. We don't aim for perfection. We don't let the notion of perfection get in the way of actually doing something good over here. So yep, what are we doing? We'll get the mixer. For convenience, I am going to be employing the stand mixer, but for the quantity and yield, you can certainly use a hand mixer. But before we go on to making the cake, a few things I want to talk to you about over here. This recipe is super adaptable. You can go for baking spread or you can use butter, but because I'm using butter today, because I'm looking to employ the flavor qualities of butter and to have a sturdier crumb, I am bringing in some oil to bring me some texture and delicate crumb here. So a mixture of butter and oil here is what I'm employing. But of course, for the recipe itself, you can go for full butter if you like, or you can replace the entire quantity of fat here with baking spread. I'll leave you notes on substitutions and what you can do differently in the description box. Also, we have 4 eggs. If you've been here for a long time, you'll know that most of the time I like to measure my eggs or weigh them without the shell. But for this recipe, you can go for 4 large eggs. This sits somewhere between 210 or 212 to 225. Because of the adaptable nature of the recipe, it doesn't really matter, because remember, 2 large eggs don't always weigh the same anyway. So those are the notes I want to make. Plus, when making a lemon cake, it's not just the flavor of the lemon you are thinking about or how it affects the mouthfeel of your cake. You also want to really think about how the lemon affects the texture of a cake. Many years ago, before I understood making cakes, I wanted to make a lemon cake and I wanted to pack the lemon flavor because the client did want that. And having tested the recipe a little bit, I really missed how lemon juice or fresh lemon juice, the acid in it affects texture. And by the time I made the cake and left the cake to freeze, the cake ended up being mushy. It's really a thing. So the amount of lemon is really key, because the role of lemon here is not just for flavor. Lemon actually tenderizes the gluten in a way that brings you a very soft, light textured crumb if you get it right. So you don't just have flavor, you have mouthfeel, but you have a smooth crumb and texture to your cake. But go a little above the lemon and you are sitting somewhere between a very mushy and soft crumbly texture. It's just not great, so mind that. So the ingredients I will leave on screen for you to see, and then we're going to go get the stand mixer and start with the cake making. See you shortly. With the stand mixer in place, it's important to also note the consistency of butter. Over here, I have really soft butter. Normally, you're required to have room temperature butter. When you press into it, it dips with a mark left behind. I like it a little bit on the softer side. So I just put this in the microwave for about 10 seconds. And there you have it. Mind you, the butter has been sitting out for a little bit. And by the way, we have salted butter instead. And another important thing, the sugar that I am using is sugar that is mixed with lemon zest. I woke up this morning, got it all mixed up, wrapped it all up just for the sugar to sit. You have like sandy, damp textured sugar here, but it's packed with flavor because of the oils from the lemon zest. And that will add an intense lemon flavor to your cake in a way without having to add more lemon juice than you need. And a quick tip here. Talking about the lemons, you want to get unwaxed lemons. These are unwaxed lemons that I picked up. You zest the skin, but be careful not to get to the white bits because it doesn't help anything. Those are the tips you need to know over here. I am going to cream this for any time between 4 to 6 minutes, and then we'll come back and look at it. You want a pale, fluffy, white, and this will change consistency completely from this yellow lump to something that is really going to help the crumb of our cake. Our butter has gone from the yellow block that we put in to a pale, light textured. I mean, if you look at the spatula, look at that. This is the yellow bit and this is where we are at, which is actually good for our cake. Ooh, right? Now, this will be good time to put in our oil. I should say though that the consistency that I am looking at here in terms of the batter compared to if I was using baking spread is like day and night. The oil in here will bring moisture whilst also adding it to the tender, delicate crumb we are looking for. And plus with the butter, we are not lost on flavor. So this all in all a good thing really. That's a full 6 minutes altogether, and look at what we have. Look, the butter has sort of broken up. We have a very light textured base here. Now we're going to add our eggs. Now, if you're going to be adding the eggs, you want to make sure the eggs are added in slowly, one at a time. There's a reason for that, and it's that the egg is an emulsion. I call it a peacemaker in the process, which kind of helps to kind of settle your butter without it breaking or curdling. There you go. 3 all gone now. And actually what I am going to do also is, instead of doing that, to enhance the emulsification, I'm going to start with some egg yolks as well. So this is about half of it and another one, and that's all. So I will let that go whilst we mix the rest here. Just beat the lot together and then introduce that slowly. No splitting, no splitting. I can be so sure about that. We'll let that go for a minute. And whilst that is mixing, we're going to mix our lemon juice with the milk. Mix that together, set it aside. And then we are going to slow our mixer down, slow. This mixer has a fold function, which is perfect for adding flour. So we're going to be adding our flour now, which is, we're going to aim for at least half to go in, because our liquid is not that much. Mind you, you want to make sure the liquid goes in slowly too. And the rest of the liquid goes in. Right, so I'm just going to help things go along quickly by just stirring into it. And then we'll let it go for like 10 seconds. It's all done now. It's all done. Ooh, the best way to know your batter is going to yield you a great cake is whether you can eat the batter raw. Not a lot of it, because your tummy won't feel great after. Our batter is done. We're going to have to get these in our 7-inch. You can weigh this so you can get equal amounts, but I think I'm just going to eyeball this slightly because it makes no difference to me. From memory, you need up to about, is it 800 grams on each side? Now that our batter is in our pans, what you want to do is spread it so that you have an even top. The thing about this batter is the balance between the sweetness and the tartness of the lemon, the tangy. Cake is going to go baking at 160 degrees C between 45 minutes and 55 minutes. We'll check back about 40 minutes mark just to see. So our cake baked, and I let it bake for 45 minutes exactly. So the adjustment between 45 minutes and 55 minutes is clearly accurate. At 160 degrees C with some water at the base of the oven, these have baked amazing. Whilst the cake came out okay, it's still warm, so I am a little bit sus about like holding it or doing anything with it. Normally over here we would want to taste the cake, see how it feels like, but this is a recipe I have repeated time and again on the lives in long form. I'll leave some information there. But what is even better about this cake is not just the crumb that is super delicate, but also the flavor of the batter. You won't think this is a lemon cake because suddenly the lemon is taking a back seat, and then all I can smell in my kitchen is the aroma of butter. And I know for sure this cake is going to be amazing when it's stacked together. Stick around on the channel for more on this cake, how it's going to be filled. If it's not on long form, it will definitely be on the live. And surely try this recipe. I'll be trying this again on a live. So if you haven't already subscribed, join the channel and stick around, join the membership for some class-based tutorials and more in-depth information about the business of baking and everything else in between. But otherwise, my lemon cake is done, and I'll see you on the next one.